Chapter 11 Quidditch. The air was cold and sharp. Snow hadn't fallen yet, but the wind that blew across the Black Lake was icy enough to sting the skin. All of Hogwarts buzzed with excitement for the long-anticipated match, Gryffindor versus Hufflepuff. But for Harry Potter, this was more than just a game. It was his first real test in the wizarding world on a broom, high above the pitch, with hundreds watching. On the morning of the match, Harry awoke with a strange kind of nervous energy. Not even Ron's loud snores could disturb his focus. He picked at his breakfast, his stomach too full of butterflies to eat. Hermione, ever thoughtful, tried to calm his nerves with reassuring words, while Ron, in his usual way, blurted, "You're gonna be the best seeker Hogwarts has ever seen." In the locker room, Professor McGonagall, for the first time, stepped outside her strict and formal persona to offer Harry a proud, warm smile. "We're all counting on you, Potter," she said with rare gentleness. When the whistle blew and the match began, Harry's Nimbus 2000 soared like a shot arrow. The roar of the crowd shook the stands. Hufflepuff's players were tougher than expected, playing a physical game. But Harry's eyes were on one thing, the golden snitch, a tiny, fast, fluttering ball that shimmered like a firefly in sunlight. Midway through the match, something strange began to happen. Harry's broomstick jerked violently. It twisted, bucked, dipped, and spun. It wasn't Harry's doing something, or someone had seized control. He clung to the handle with all his strength, the sky spinning around him. In the stands, Hermione noticed something alarming. Professor Snape stood at the far end, staring intensely at Harry, muttering under his breath. He wasn't watching the game, he was chanting a spell. Without a second's hesitation, Hermione darted off. She snuck behind the stands and, with a quick incantation, set Snape's robes on fire. The tiny blaze was enough to break his concentration. The broom steadied. Just in time, Harry spotted the snitch. With an incredible dive, now first, he caught it, literally swallowed it. When he landed and coughed it out into his palm, the crowd erupted in cheers. Gryffindor had won. But the excitement was quickly replaced with uneasy questions. That night, by the fireplace in the common room, Harry, Ron, and Hermione sat in a hush. Why had Snape tried to jinx Harry's broom? Why would a teacher do something so dangerous? The questions were piling up and the answers were nowhere in sight. Chapter 12, The Mirror of Erised. Christmas was coming to Hogwarts, and with it, a kind of magic unlike any spell. The Great Hall sparkled with enchanted snow, giant Christmas trees, and floating candles. For most students, it was time to return home, but not for Harry. He stayed at school over the break. Not because he had to, but because Hogwarts felt like home. On Christmas morning, Harry awoke to a mountain of gifts by his bed, a surprise he never expected. Among them was something curious, a lightweight, silver cloak, soft as smoke. When he wrapped it around himself, he vanished. It was an invisibility cloak, one that had belonged to his father. A small note was pinned to it. "Use it well. It belonged to your father." That night, curiosity got the better of Harry. He used the cloak to sneak out of bed and into the restricted section of the library, hoping to find answers about the mysterious Nicholas Flamel and the Philosopher's Stone. But the book he opened let out a horrifying scream, a magical alarm that echoed through the dark castle. Panicked, Harry ran through the corridors, turning down unfamiliar passages, hiding in the shadows. Then, by chance, he slipped into a forgotten classroom, and there he saw something impossible. A tall, ornate mirror, with golden frame and ancient writing etched across the top. Erised Straeroid Cafruoid on Wosi. He stood before it, and gasped. Reflected back at him were two figures he had never seen in person but recognized instantly. James Potter and Lily Potter. His parents. His father, tall and messy-haired like him, smiled with pride. His mother, with kind green eyes just like Harry's, looked at him with a love that felt almost real. He sat in front of the mirror for what felt like hours, drinking in their faces, memorizing every detail. It was as if, for the first time in his life, he belonged. The next night, and the night after that, Harry returned to the mirror desperate to see them again. It became a ritual, a longing that tugged at his heart. Until one night, someone else found him there. Professor Dumbledore. He stood silently for a while, then spoke gently. This mirror shows neither truth nor knowledge. It shows us nothing more or less than the deepest, most desperate desire of our hearts. He explained that many men had wasted away before the mirror, lost in dreams, never truly living. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live, he warned Harry. With a final word, Dumbledore said the mirror would be moved, placed somewhere hidden where no one would stumble upon it again. Harry nodded, but his heart ached. That vision of his parents, however illusory, was the closest he'd ever felt to family. And so, Harry left the mirror behind, but never forgot what he saw in it. Subscribe for more stories.